We're at Roman's project today, and we're going to talk about how they actually build a massive extension at the back of this house and how the infill development can build the highest and best use of the land.
We love this project because there's so many exit strategies. We built a whole addition and there's also potential for a garage unit. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so Roman, show me this project a little bit, right? From the outside, inside, why did you pick this project?
This project was really run down. It was so run down, actually, the bank wouldn't even lend on it. All the brick was falling apart, all the eaves, the roof. It only went back a certain amount, but we knew we could expand it because we saw our neighbors had an addition, so we knew it was very easy for us to add the addition, and we had all the land to do it. That's kind of where we started off, is just by knowing we could put a second unit here.
But initially, the project actually stopped right here, right? The property line stopped right here.
Yeah, it was right here, and there was like a small shed that literally, if you went like that, it would tip over. But now we knew that we could get a full addition because our neighbors had an addition, and then we went and got it permitted to do this and add the second unit. And now we have a front and back duplex.
And by the way, it used to look like this or worse.
Yeah, the brick was way worse than this. You can see the gas meter here. We didn't like having our gas meter in the driveway. It made this section really tight. The gas company actually even paid for it to move it to the front because it was safer. It was very little to no cost to do that.
Another question that people might have is that sometimes how do you even come up with a vision of building another apartment in the back? How were you so certain that this unit is going to be big enough for one apartment unit?
Yeah, when we're looking for projects, we're looking specifically to add that apartment unit, and we have a minimum square footage we're looking to do. We want at least a 1-bedroom. Once we got the drawings and the sizing and everything approved, we knew that this would be big enough to do a 1-bedroom. We had our layout already planned out. We knew before we even dug around how far back we wanted to go, how high up we wanted to go. We knew right away that this could be a good 1-bedroom.
So you got a minimum requirements from the city to know that, okay, as long as you can push up to this point,
yeah,
you're gonna be okay. When you're thinking about building something like this, how are you sorting out your trades? How are you budgeting the cost of construction, the renovation?
I'm always very conservative with my numbers. I start off going market value, but I actually got some really good deals. There's a lot of development happening in Brantford right now. I just go to these developers' job sites where they're making 20 townhomes, 50 townhomes, and I found some framers and I said, hey, you guys want a weekend job? 2 weekends, they slapped this thing.
That's very creative.
I walked through with them on the first day. I said, tell me what you want for lumber. They walked through with me in the drawings. They said, okay, here's how much lumber we want. We got it delivered for them. They slapped it up in 2 weekends, and we got a nice addition for relatively cheap.
You hire an engineer, you hire an architect to actually complete a vision on paper first.
Yes.
Before you start going out there and look for the vendors.
Yeah, everything starts at the drawings, right? We got our drawings, they got our engineer to stamp it. We tell the drawings guy what we want, and he puts everything together, very detailed, and how the work should be done so anybody can follow it. The drawings guy is key because everything really originates from the drawings and is followed through the drawings. I've seen some projects where it doesn't work out good because the drawings guy wasn't there.
Nice. So did they also help you take care of the permitting process, or you?
I did the permitting process myself actually on this one. They were gonna help, but I was just comfortable taking it on. I just wanted to handle it myself because I wanted it done quickly, and I have a good relationship personally with the city.
That's when you go to the subdivision and start looking for different trades.
Yeah.
How many people did you reach out to? Because I'm sure there's a framing, there's a drywall.
Everything I really had, the only thing that was new to me was the framing. We haven't framed something like this yet. Now this is the first time we've done it, and now we have the network, but also those framers, they know the roofers from the subdivision. They know the electricians on the subdivision.
Walk us through how you actually build a foundation here.
Any 2 rental site, you can get them at Home Depot. You just get an excavator. We dug it again all to the drawings, and then we had a concrete team that we usually use. They came, they poured, they did the rebar, they did all the foundational stuff. Once you have the drawings, everything else is very simple.
Did you have a rough understanding of how much everything will cost?
We knew just based on labor time and the amount of concrete we're using. A lot of people go out there and get a trade and then get a quote, but we try to break it down when we can, and when we're trying to control costs, into labor and materials and get everything like at a cost as if we were a concrete company.
Before we dive into any estimate and the actual cost in here, right? I also want to talk about the garage in the back. Did you guys build this one, or there was an existing garage in the back?
There was an existing garage here. It was not this big. It did not look like this, but the reason why we built this garage here is so that one of our exit strategies in a worst case scenario would be to put a 3rd unit back here. It's a big garage. We could easily fit another unit in, and I'm even thinking if we do hold it and have it rented as a triplex, it maybe even go up.
How much did that cost you to actually build this garage?
Since it was already an existing garage there, it took about a week, and like maybe $1,000 in lumber.
Sometimes when we're thinking about building a garage as an additional unit, it costs you a fortune, right?
And we pre-ran the electrical and plumbing to it.
As you were doing the drawing, did you think about this, or this was kind of like an add-on?
This was kind of after, because one of our trades, they wanted to expand the garage anyways and add the electrical, and I'm like, we might as well consider, you know, get it prepped to be a unit, because we've been doing a lot of these garage units lately, so now it's been on my mind. But when we first started the project, these were not on my radar. For 70, 80 grand, we can get 1,300 in rent here. That's a good investment.
1.5% rule. When you were running this, did you go back to your engineer?
It's technically the garage that was here when we bought it, but when we go to make it the third unit, like if we do end up keeping it, then we're gonna go through the permitting process again to get this one legalized as an ADU. Okay, coming in guys, I'll show you what this looked like before. And after.
One thing that I really like is how high the ceiling is, man.
It's so nice. See what we did all the way around a raised ceiling or a drop ceiling, however you want to call this. This is all here just because we have a beam hidden in here. There was a wall here. This was a closed off room. And we opened this up because the island's gonna go here, face this nice big window. This will be the living room. But to do that, we had to take out this wall and put a big beam up. And so we're like, okay, how do we want to hide this beam? So we decided to go all the way around, and that's where all of our mechanicals are stored too. All of our duct work, everything is in there. You can't tell, right? This is a beam, this is mechanicals, but it really just looks like a nice design. When we're doing conversion, we can't like decide on the layout and mechanicals from the ground up like that, but it's good to do things like this to hide everything. So now we're upstairs. It used to be a lot tinier. As soon as you got to the top of the stairs, there was like a tiny bathroom. The roof was angled in, and that was the only bathroom in the house. This is pretty much exactly how it was. Like you came over here, bedroom 1, bedroom 2.
And the laundry used to be here or in the basement?
There was no laundry. There was no laundry. No, there was no laundry. Like this place was, again, like it was so dilapidated that a bank wouldn't even lend on it. Like it was not livable technically. The one thing I want to show you guys here that was cool is that like there's a nice porch here now. There was always a porch, but we just put all new railings. We're gonna come through with some type of exterior flooring. Before it was so ugly and like unsafe, and now it really fits with the house.
And you guys also added a fence here, right, to create a bit of separation.
The separation.
I think what's cool about this one, because this one is a semi-detached, you guys also did upgrades for the neighbor.
As you saw, probably on the exterior, we did a lot of exterior work for them. We did some roof work for them, right? We did some work on their eaves and such, and then the fence, we paid for all of that. Everything we just took care of it for them. It also helps us on the sale. Okay, so now let's go into the extension. This is all new. This is what we did with our framers. We love the vaulted ceiling here. It just gives it a lot of space, a lot of a premium feel. To do these things is not much extra, right? As we're here to, if we were to flat roof it, it didn't take much extra to just do the vaulted ceiling instead. Yeah. And it adds a lot of wow factor.
For sure, because honestly the ceiling, high ceiling right now is one of the main features that a lot of people are looking for.
They love it. This was not the original layout. We actually consulted with you and Andrew because this was gonna get its own ensuite bathroom over here. Yeah. And then the other bathroom was gonna be shared with what we project to be the children's bedrooms. But instead, you guys were like, you know what, make this room bigger and just add another door because this bathroom's huge. And we're like, you know what, that's a good idea because it's gonna make this feel a lot better. This was in like the framing stages too. We're making these decisions. We had you guys come through. Yeah. Went with it, and I'm glad we did because this is so much nicer. Yeah. And so if you come into here now, this bathroom has 2 entrances and it's still very spacious. So everyone gets access to this bathroom. The master or the main bedroom has its own access point to it, and it's just a huge bathroom, right? Full tub, toilet, little water closet here, and a nice big custom vanity is gonna go in.
Right now, this is super spacious. The bathroom is super spacious. You do sacrifice one bathroom, but personally, I think that's okay.
No, and then it was very simple. We went back to our drawings guy. We said, you know, this is what we're doing now. We had everything like finalized, and then we went back to the city, and they're good about it. They're like, yeah, okay. Now I'll show you what the main floor extension looks like. It's a full-on 1-bedroom apartment. It's got its own separate entrance. We thought about putting the kitchen here, but it would have been obstructed with this door. So we're gonna put the kitchen in this corner, still give this room a very big open feel, which is what everyone's going for. That's what we want. You can see we continue to do the ceiling style around, so we still have very high ceilings in the center. And over here, we have the bathroom that we added in the addition. So this is a full-size bathroom, full tub, large vanity in the corner, and your toilet.
First of all, I actually do like the layout, the tub being the horizontal as you're walking in, because the moment that you're putting it right here, it's gonna make the place look a lot closer. Number 2 is I normally wouldn't use a darker color for a small washroom like this. Yeah. Because you guys got such a high ceiling. Darker color tile actually makes the place look a little bit more luxury.
We can get away with it here.
Show me the bedroom.
Okay,
because
so come
you
to the
guys are
bedroom.
making some pretty decent features in here.
Yeah, like we can start with the obvious one is this sliding door onto the deck, which is amazing, right? I know we already have the side entrance, but to have direct access to the backyard, it's nice to have. One thing I feel like is that no one puts closets. So we're very conscious about closet space. So we added a walk-in closet here. So what we did here is we designed this to be able to be marketed to anybody. So you put a door in here, and this is a 1-bedroom rental. And the investor could rent the other side and the upstairs as another unit. You could also use this as a mortgage helper if you're a young couple. And then the third option is a multi-generational family can decide to have the door or not, and then their whole family could live here. So there's so many potential buyers of this property, and that's what we really like about it.
Yeah, and on top of that is also a garden suite in the back of the garage that can easily be turned into another 1-bedroom apartment. Maybe we'll start with the purchase price.
We picked this one up for $350.
That's crazy.
It was
at
a really
the peak
good
of the market.
Yes, yes, we did. No traditional lender was going to lend on this. We had this property on our radar for a long time. We're always on the ground looking, and as soon as we got a whiff that it was going to come on the market, we snapped on it. Yeah.
Oh, so it was on the market.
We saw realtors visiting, we saw things happening, and then we stepped in very quickly to make an aggressive and quick offer.
How much did you spend on the extension?
The whole renovation, we're all in for about 180. We had the extension quoted by a bunch of contractors. We got ranges from 70 to 90, which is market value, but me going and finding these framers right on other job sites and pulling them here on the weekends, we got this all done for 30.
Labor and materials.
Yeah, just the extension portion. That doesn't include like the plumbing, electrical, and finishing the insides, but just getting it up with a roof and siding, we got it all done very, very cheaply. Like,
you pretty much save like 40 to 60K.
The big thing about doing a flip is managing the construction costs, and there's a lot of creative ways to do that. So if you're really willing to put that time into it, you can keep your costs very low, right? As you go on to other projects, you might want to just offload that and pay the market price and run your numbers with that, which we did. We ran our numbers with market values, but when I found these guys, you know, it was really good for us.
You took the advantage of the purchase price. We also took the advantage of being able to be the GC of your own project.
We had to manage them heavily, right? We had to be on site all the time, watching over them, making sure things were done right. Because when you're getting things for such a low price, you got to make sure no one's cutting corners.
One last thing that I want to emphasize, Roman is doing a great job on integrating a bunch of different stuff all together, right? So when they're doing the extension, he also tried to make sure that they can also finish the garage, essentially like creating an additional space for very minimal cost.
If we already have them here doing the roof here, hey, you guys might want to like do some repairs on the roof on the garage, right? We're trying to get everything done at once, but like we bring them in with, we give them a lot of work, and then if we have something here or another project, something smaller, we try and get that kind of bulk pricing going on.
So all-in price is $350 on the purchase price, and then $180 for the whole renovation construction price. So that's like $530. Again, like if you want to finish the garage, that will probably push up to maybe $600.
Yeah, maybe
the other 3 units here.
Yeah, I think $600, that would be it. And then a triplex in Brantford for $600 is a very good. It's a good buy, you know. And the rents are good here now too, so that's definitely an option for us.
Yeah, you're creating essentially 300K equity in just one project like this.
Exactly.
All right, guys, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you give us a like and subscribe. And if you want to learn an infill development like this project or flipper project for 6-figure margin, make sure you use the link down below to sign up. We'll get in touch with you.